Pisces, this is your horoscope for August 2016. Thanks for joining me. It's nice to be with you today. You start the month feeling very comfortable. There's a grand trine in water, which immediately makes you feel at ease. It connects your sense of self, how you feel in connection with other people, your romantic interests, your romantic partners, and where you want those relationships to go. So you really have a clear view of where you are in life and how you're going to progress. I think things feel very comfortable and on point. On the 2nd of August, the new moon occurs. That's in Leo, and it pulls lots of Leo energy into your 6th house of health. So you're going to have great health, great energy in the month of August. You'll be able to achieve a lot. So don't be afraid to fill your schedule with things that you're interested in doing. You'll have the energy to actually see those through and to achieve them. On the 3rd of August, Mars goes into Sagittarius in your 10th house. So Mars is the personal planet of drive and what you want and desire. And in Sagittarius in your 10th, it means that you're very ambitious and driven to succeed in your career. So again, that planet now stays in your 10th house for the rest of the month. So career success and getting places in your working life is going to be very important to you, and you're going to use a lot of this Leo energy and this great physical energy to achieve the things that you want to achieve in your working life. On the 4th of August, the moon starts to conjunct Venus and Mercury in the 6th and 7th house. And really, what you feel very nurturing and very calm about is your personal relationships with other people. I really feel like you're in a good place. I think you feel like you can rely on people, you trust other people, and you feel like people have your back. There's a great sense of ease and connection with others. On the 5th of August, Mars and Saturn, they start to conjunct in your 10th house. So Saturn is the planet of scrutiny and restriction and structure, and it's a very strong masculine energy. Mars is a very strong masculine energy. They're both about what I want, what's mine, it's alpha, this is what I won't compromise on, it's what I'm going for. And you really take charge of your career and you become very driven and ambitious to succeed. That conjunction is in place until the 7th of September. So the major drive to have work success is with you until the first week of September, and you're really going to put all of your power and energy into achieving what it is you want in your work. If you're retired and you don't work, there may be something you're working on. You'll notice that it becomes almost an obsession and that you become consumed with wanting to make this a major success and to get somewhere with it. On the 6th of August, Venus goes into Virgo. That's in your 7th house. Now, Venus in Virgo is quite serious, she's quite practical, but with the other energy that you've got in your 7th house, you've got the Moon, Jupiter, North Node, Mercury, and Venus. You've got loads going on in Virgo in your chart this month, Pisces. And Virgo is the opposite to you. It's on the same angle, but it's on the other side of the chart. So what you'll notice is that I feel that uncharacteristically you're going to be focused on other people and really connecting with other people on a physical level and making your relationships better and taking practical action to be around other people, to express your love for people, to communicate with people, and to just have a feeling of positivity. So you really benefit from all of that in your 7th house. So as far as you're concerned, Pisces, relationships are really 10 out of 10 for you as far as August is concerned. You do very well, and with this major drive and focus on career, the people you come into contact with career-wise, there won't be major issues that hold you up. You'll be able to size people up very well, make decisions like this will work, this person is likely to support me, that person is likely to work against me. Trust your gut on that. You'll be very good at making those kinds of decisions. On the 7th and 8th of August, the moon goes into Libra and it squares Pluto, which is in your 11th house. So the moon is what you're nurtured by and what you feel comfortable with. And again, you feel comfortable being around other people. And the friction comes when it's about working to create your own, to realize your own hopes and dreams, and how you may have to compete with other people. So what is it? Are you going to be friends with people, or are you going to compete against other people? I think the main focus and the main drive is on getting where you want to in your career life. And I think the good thing here is that you feel somewhat conflicted. So it means you're not going to walk all over other people to get to where you want to go. You will be considerate of other people on your journey to success, and that's really the best way to do it. On the 9th and 10th of August, the moon is now in Scorpio in your 9th house, and it conjuncts Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. So what raises its head around these 2 days is maybe a desire to travel and to learn more things and to really just have a different kind of a life. And there may be a sense of unease or a feeling of irritability that your life hasn't been a certain way and that it isn't a certain way. That why can't I just be on a yacht and not work and just relax? And so there may be a sense of dissatisfaction with what you're doing, but just remember, you're the one who's driven to succeed and to progress in your career. No one's forcing you to go to these lengths and to work 13 hours a day. You've decided to do that. So if on the 9th and 10th you feel really fed up and you're just like, God, I wish I could just like sit back and do nothing, then you know, scale back a little bit and give yourself a break. Because if you react really badly on the 9th and 10th, it means that you're overextending yourself and you're doing too much. Ambition is fine, but you know, if you become consumed with it, then it's just like, what is this for? On the 11th and 12th of August, the Moon, Mars, and Saturn, they all combine in your 10th house of work and career. And really the only thing you're going to feel nurtured and comfortable with and focused on is driving your career forward and getting places. So, I mean, you know, keep it above board. Don't let this ambition consume you so that you go to all different kinds of lengths. You've got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and put your head on the pillow in the evening. Don't do anything you wouldn't be proud of, okay? You can be ambitious and be driven and go places, but you can do it all properly. On the 13th of August, Saturn comes out of retrograde and it goes direct. So what you'll notice is that you're freed of any anxiety or a sense of restriction or fear or limitation when it comes to your career, and really things start to open up. So you might sense that all of this work you've been putting in now has had some positive effect because different opportunities start to present themselves to you. And again, if you're retired and you're working on something personally, this push, like let's say you're painting, okay, and this push to kind of get the right picture together may have now resulted on the 13th in you not being afraid of using different techniques or doing things in a way that feels right to you, but that wasn't taught to you necessarily. And it opens up a whole different palette, or you can tell I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to painting, but it opens up a whole different realm of painting, and you can do loads of different things because you're starting to listen to yourself. Something like that, things really start to open up on the 13th. On the 14th, Chiron stands to quincux the Sun. Chiron is in your first house in your sign of Pisces. So there may be a sense that Chiron is the wounded healer in the chart, okay? So it represents something that's difficult until you transform it to become a great strength. And if you align yourself with your fiery, passionate work side of things, that's actually likely to improve the way you feel about yourself. If there has been low self-esteem or you've been feeling somewhat low within yourself, ask yourself, what am I doing this for? Where does this ambition come from? Do I really want to succeed because I want to earn more money and I want to be famous and I want people to applaud me? Or is it just that I don't feel very good about myself and I'm trying to overcompensate? Because if that's the case, then you can stop all of what you're doing and this drive to just be the best, and you can just work on yourself because that's what you're doing. So you can tackle it directly then. But if you really want success and money and fame, then at least you're consciously doing what you're pursuing. And you know that's what it is. On the 15th of August, Mars begins to square Neptune. And Mars is this force, this driven energy in your 10th house forcing you to move forward and to take charge of your career. But Neptune is in your sign of Pisces in your first house. And it represents the veil and the aspiration and the truth of who you are. So you really see into why you're doing all of this. And I think you're very astute and you're very clear why you're driven to go to the lengths that you're going to and what it is you want to achieve. I don't think anyone's going to be able to talk you out of that. So you're like in a tunnel of activity and you're on a very personal journey, which is all about me, what I'm trying to achieve, and how I'm going to get there. So again, if you look at what it is, so for instance, let's say I want to be the CEO of this company because I want to feel like I'm using my leadership skills and I'm making a lot of money for my family, and I will have this on my CV, which means I can go to any company in the world and I can go live in Hong Kong. If that's the point, then you will be very clear on what your goals and aspirations are. It may be a good time even now from this day, the 15th of August, to write down what the life goals are, because you will be taking action on them regardless. I think intuitively, naturally, you will be very driven to perform. That energy lasts until the 4th of September. So if there is something that you're trying to achieve, you know, if you do have to put in work, and that's judged at the end of August, which is going to decide who gets the job, you can give everything you've got in August rather, this month, and you'll really know that you've given your all, you've given your best, you're really driven to succeed. On the 16th, the moon goes into Capricorn in your 11th house, and it begins to square Uranus in the 2nd. So actually what you're doing is you're really pushing things to transform your working life and to fulfill your dreams of becoming more financially prosperous and abundant. And if you keep doing what you're doing now, you will actually get there. 17th of August, the moon is in Aquarius and it connects with Black Moon Lilith in the 9th house. So this is interesting. So this is now a day where you start to feel more focused on other people again, and you may even resent other people in that they don't have to work as hard. So just remember that you're in the position because you want to be the best. And if you do just want to slow things down, you have that option. But there's no point in envying other people for their situation if you're actively working against something. So you'll notice it's a month of like action, 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 then stopping and saying, oh, okay, what am I really doing and why aren't they doing what I'm doing? And then action, 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 and then it's like, why don't they have to do what I have to do? So it's like you're into it and then you step out of it, and you're into it and you step out of it. So in those out of it moments, just ask yourself the question, am I on the right path here? Is this where I want to go? And make sure that you're using the energy in areas that you actually want to progress in. Because there's no point getting to the top of the pile in the office of stock traders if you want to be a holistic gardener, you know, and putting all of that energy to get to the top of the heap of stockbrokers, and then when you're there, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I think it's immoral. So you can save yourself that time and energy, if that's the case, by continuing to check in with yourself. On the 18th of August, the full moon occurs. That happens in Aquarius in your 12th house. Now, the full moon is a culmination, and it's when you're showered with energy. And you'll notice that this Aquarian energy is now really strong in your chart, and you'll feel like you want to make a difference to other people. Again, I think that could be interesting when you line it up with what have I been doing so far, and see if it matches being of service to other people and what kind of answers you get from that. On the 19th and 20th of August, the moon, Neptune, the South Node and Chiron, they all connect in your first house of self. So this is a time of really coming back to the self, feeling very much at ease, feeling connected with what you're trying to achieve, what you need to do for yourself. This is really a very peaceful kind of time where you can relax a little bit, step outside of all of this drive and energy that you've been doing. And this is, if you're asking questions of, am I going in the right direction, you'll get the best answers around the 19th and the 20th of the month. On the 21st of August, there's a grand trine in the chart. And again, this will really fire you up when it comes to your career. So I think the answer is yes, this is what I want. And you get back to it and you really push, push, push to get to the top of the pile. So again, if you are an ambitious person watching this, and if you're saying, you know, is August the month when I can really achieve my goals and my hopes and dreams when it comes to business and work? The answer is absolutely yes. If you're self-employed, let's say you start your own shoe company now here at the end of July, beginning of August, you will put everything you have got into that business and you won't rest until you make a success of it. And it's a great time for Pisces, for you guys to start your own businesses, because that's all you're driven to do. Career, 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 work, work, work is everything that you want. So for any work ambitious Pisces, this is your month to really achieve and to shine and to go beyond yourselves. On the 22nd of August, the sun goes into Virgo, that's in your 7th house. And again, this is a nice connection with other people, being a very good judge of character. On the 23rd and 24th, the moon is in Taurus, in your 3rd house of communication. And the moon is what you're nurtured by and what comes easily and what feels naturally. It opposes Black Moon Lilith in your 9th house. And I really think just coming back to yourself, appreciating what you've got, the sense of good health, taking care of your body, all of those things are really going to make you feel very good and at ease on the 23rd and 24th. And it's a time to almost step back and just relax and enjoy yourself a little bit. Maybe go for a massage, go swimming, go to a meditation retreat, do yoga. You'll really get a lot from that and a real sense of groundedness, nurture and peace. On the 25th of August, there's a grand cross in the sky. A lot of energy again, and I think you may feel a little bit overwhelmed at this point, where you'll be driven to work. You'll also want to focus on making your relationships better, spending time in meditation, connecting with spirit, and also with family, and it's a little bit much. So try and calm things down. I think spending the time with friends or with just people you're close to, and just having a good time, I think that's the best way to manage the day. Make sure you do one thing at a time though, and try not to overwhelm yourself. On the 26th and 27th of August, the sun is in Virgo and it starts to conjunct the North Node in your 7th house. And when it comes to relationships, this is when you really get a good insight into whether someone is meant to be in your life and whether the two of you have a future or not. You become very able to make clear and good decisions about the people in your life, and your guides and your intuitive messages will be very helpful in helping you decide for or against another person. So if you're in a relationship that you're unclear about, the messages will come here. If you've got a friend that you don't know if you can trust or not, the answer will become apparent, and that'll become apparent in some practical way, either through something they say or some sort of behavior that'll help you to make the decision and give the answer. It's important to, you know, when we meet new people, we all try and suss them out a little bit and see if we can trust these people. And again, if that's something that you're working on, you'll get the answers at the end of the month here. On the 28th of August, the moon squares Uranus. This is a wonderful day for love and romance for you, especially if there's some sort of work connection. So if you're single, it may be that you meet someone through your work, someone you already work with, or if you're on a course or some sort of work event, romance is in the air in some sort of aspect, and maybe that you take your romantic partner with you to work. But there's a colliding of the worlds of love and romance with the world of work and finance and business. On the 29th, the moon is in Leo and connects with your rising sign in Scorpio in the 9th. And this really, I think you make peace with that niggling sense of envy that you've had throughout the month. And I really think you're grateful for the things you've achieved now in August, and you stop envying other people for what they do, and you stop comparing yourself so much. So that comes to an end and you have more peace within yourself. Venus goes into Libra at the end of the month here on the 30th of August, and you start to focus more on being less, I think you have a less because you're a really good judge of character here in August, and I think that becomes less pronounced and you become more permissive and you just open things up to anybody. And also Mercury goes into retrograde on the 30th of August. So your communication, especially when it comes to other people, that becomes less clear and less focused. And I think you kind of go back to normal in terms of the way you operate, because August here, you've really been very good at categorizing people, whether you can trust them or not, what the future is, and it just goes back to a more natural state of, you know, I have to figure it out like everyone else. Mercury stays in retrograde until the 22nd of September, and then finally at the end of the month, the moon goes into Virgo in the 7th house, and the moon is pulling this energy in for the new moon, which happens on the 1st of September, and the solar eclipse that happens on the 1st of September. So you may have a final day or two where you're, again, a really good judge of character, but that won't last. That will fade away as September moves on. So I hope that's given you something to go on. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. And I also do live readings on Facebook. I pull tarot cards for people. So if you'd like to do that, then please check out the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Gregory Scott 444. Have a wonderful month and I'll speak to you soon.